Composting your organic waste is an excellent way to create a valuable environmental resource. With ecovio certified compostable bags, food waste can be collected in an efficient and sanitary way. This allows for the success of organic recycling programs to be possible by making participation clean and easy. Because of ecovio's high-quality wet strength, liquid from tea bags and fruit remains, for example, do not leak through, so the bags remain stable with use. There is no more laborious scrubbing of the waste bin, as well as a reduction of odors and pests with certified compostable bags. Although advantages are obvious, there are also some concerns that these plastics do not always hold what they promise and that they do not degrade in the industrial composting process. In Kingston, Ontario, a centralized program and facility created by Scott Environmental Group collects organic residuals from commercial sources such as restaurants. Certified compostable plastic bags are used for the collection of such waste.
Scott Environmental Group is a company that is based on the premise of environmental sustainability. I wanted to develop a model that had not only a good return on investment, but also a good return on the environment. And so from that proposition, from that premise, from that corporate philosophy, developed Norterra Organics.
The collected biodegradable waste is then taken to Norterra Organics, also located in Kingston, which is an organics waste processing facility treating 40,000 tons of organic materials every year. From this, they produce high-grade compost for use in the agriculture, horticulture, and construction communities.
One of our main goals for Norterra is to divert from landfill. There's many useful raw materials or products for us that go into landfills that we can turn into more environmentally friendly products and give back to the earth.
Together with Norterra Organics, BASF performed a composting trial using certified compostable plastic products made with EcoFlex and ecovio, both developed by BASF and 100% biodegradable. EcoFlex is a copolyester based on crude oil. Ecovio is a compound of EcoFlex and polylactic acid, derived from cornstarch, therefore making it partly bio-based from renewable resources.
It's important for consumers to recognize that it's more than just putting a word on a package. There are a set of standards that are promulgated by a number of organizations, two of which are in North America, the B&Q as well as the BPI.
Both materials comply with the BPI ASTM D6400 and Canadian B&Q compostable certification standards, and therefore will compost within the industrial composting process. This certification is shown on approved products by the display of the BPI logo.
I think one of the first steps is to recognize that there are a lot of companies out there putting words on packaging and putting claims in the marketplace.
In the composting trials conducted, EcoFlex and ecovio certified compostable bags and foam trays were tested along with so-called oxo-degradable polyethylene organic waste bags. These oxo-degradable bags are not certified as compostable since they do not fulfill the American standard, ASTM D6400, and therefore cannot display the BPI logo. BASF experts randomly placed the samples into a heap of fresh bio-waste using non-biodegradable plastic nets to identify the location of the samples at the end of the composting cycle. The samples were then covered with more bio-waste and the nets were closed off with non-biodegradable cable binders. Next, the wheel loader covered the nets with more bio-waste and piled the heap as typically done. Composting is a controlled biodegradation process, and the testing was conducted through a normal composting cycle with the plastic sample items enclosed within the nets. To compare how different plastics react within the composting process, ecovio bags degrade in a compost heap by microorganisms. They behave just like biological waste. Nothing will remain except water, carbon dioxide, and biomass, all of which are natural substances. Unlike so-called oxo-degradable bags, these are not really composted. When exposed to heat and ultraviolet light, from the sun for example, all they do is disintegrate into tiny polyethylene fragments over a period of time, which is why they are not certified as compostable. Polyethylene bags, in other words, normal plastic bags, should never end up in the compost. They do not decompose, and as foreign matter have to be removed from a composting environment at great expense. 35 days later, back at Norterra Organics, the first phase of the composting process is completed. The BASF team uncovers the nets placed 5 weeks before and examines the waste, checking to see what remains of the samples. The oxo-polyethylene bags, which are advertised as biodegradable, have remained completely unchanged. Nothing remains of the certified compostable items.
Very pleased with the test results in our composting system with the certified compostable products literally disappeared in the first 4 weeks of the program.
All tested items based on BASF's EcoFlex and ecovio have biodegraded completely. No remaining traces of the certified compostable bags or foam trays were left.
Our compostable plastics based on EcoFlex and ecovio do what they promise. They are composted in industrial composting processes, and therefore these materials, for example organic waste bags, can contribute to a cleaner waste diversion, diverting organic waste from the main waste stream, and with this prevent organic waste going to landfill.
We believe this is good news for packaging manufacturers in Canada who need to meet their customers' demand for sustainable solutions. At BASF, we recognize that sustainable development is a business imperative. In fact, this is one of BASF's 4 strategic pillars. We see environmental responsibility as an integrated part of our approach to sustainable development and success.
What we've proved today and over the past few weeks is that the next step for local programs that feed our system and our facility here would be to go and promote compostable plastics.
There's not enough attention to composting yet, and that's a shame because the reality is at least 50% of the materials that are still being sent to landfill are compostable.
And if we can take compostable bags as just one factor of that, to make it a little bit easier, to make it a little more real, then again, compostable bags can really offer society a sustainable approach.
And now it is proven under practical conditions that organic residuals will biodegrade along with ecovio certified compostable bags, helping to create an organic renewable resource together. ecovio, renewable and compostable.
BASF, the chemical company.